Namaskaram. In this e-event organized by AVP Research Foundation, I welcome all of you, and this is a really very important event for the community of Ayurveda to discuss about COVID-19. And I'm sure that this event, which will be organized in two parts, 9th and 10th of May and 16th and 17th of May, will be having a great impact on the policy making, on the interventions of community of Ayurveda physicians and sector into the management of COVID-19. uh, First of all, I want to acknowledge the great contribution of Vaidya Sri Priya Krishna Kumarji. We all know him. He is a father figure for me. His contribution is immense. He is Padma Shri, and we all know his thrust for the research and development of true Ayurveda community through innovative education and several other programs. This is another feather in the cap of the AVP Research Foundation, this event, and I want to compliment the team and special thanks to Sri P.R. Krishna Kumarji. I am informed that it is in front of me that there are 4 themes, and these themes are of this event is they are epidemics and AYUSH systems of medicines. The another is preventive medicine for management of COVID-19 outbreak. The third one is scope and methods on clinical management of COVID-19. Fourth is research perspective and methodologies for study of COVID-19. I am very happy to inform the community present from across the world that Ministry of Ayush has, with the help of the stalwarts like Krishna Kumarji and several scientists of the country, came out with a lot of initiatives for mitigation of COVID-19 through AYUSH interventions. And I'm happy to mention that in these 4 themes, AYUSH Ministry has done something or the other thing. Very important steps have been taken. For example, epidemics and AYUSH system of medicine. This is one of the topic, and we all know that Ministry of AYUSH, in consultation with eminent Vaidyas across the country, and also with the scientific community of national institutes and research councils, came out with a immunity promotion guidelines. It's a self-care guideline for immunity promotion. We Ayurveda persons know that when we talk about immunity, it's not mere immunity. We talk about Rasayan Chikitsa. We also believe and we understand about the importance of Agni and the importance of Bala. All these things are considered when we have prepared this guideline. It was endorsed by 17 eminent Vaidyas across the country, including Sri P.R. Krishna Kumarji. And these guidelines were very well received. It is translated in several world languages, all UN languages. It is translated into all Indian languages and very widely published through Indian media, print and electronic media, and also through social medias. Most important thing is that our Honorable Prime Minister have endorsed this on his Twitter handle and social media accounts. On my GOV platform also it was endorsed, and then based on that there are a lot of themes, lot of videos have been produced, and it became a kind of Jan Andolan. It has a great impact. So now Government of India, Ministry of Ayush have prepared an application named with Ayush Sanjeevani. This Ayush Sanjeevani application is prepared to aim the study of impact assessment of Ayush intervention on this pandemic, and we are also initiating a social behavior study simultaneously with the help of Tata Institute of Social Science and Council of Social Science Research of UGC. So this is one aspect that I want to mention. The preventive medicine perspective, the another theme, preventive medicine for management of COVID-19 outbreak. I am aware that under the able leadership of Krishna Kumarji and his team, they were able to influence all nearby state governments, and state governments came out with a lot of preventive program, AYUSH-based preventive programs into those states. From the government of India, what we did that we have recently started large-scale prophylaxis study as a observation studies all across the country, and this is on several candidates of or several products of AYUSH, including Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, homeopathy, and in different parts of the country. And we are also working with WHO to help us and guide us into this large-scale prophylaxis study. Also, uh, uh, different state governments are on board. Our national institutes, different colleges, NGOs, everybody is on board. And then these studies are already started. I just want to make an example that we have started a prophylaxis study on 80,000 police personnel in Delhi, or we have started prophylaxis study in more than 25,000 uh, people who is living in hotspot in Jaipur. So those kind of studies, and it's a very large scale scientifically designed studies we have started. And our target is that we will cover roughly 500,000 sample size for these types of large scale multi-centered studies, and this is more of an observational study. But then in addition, Ministry of Ayush has established a task force, interdisciplinary Ayush Research and Development Task Force, headed by UGC Vice Chairman Professor Bhushan Patwardhanji, and so many eminent scientists from DBT, ICMR, CSIR, AIMS, AYUSH, they are there. Our beloved Professor P.R. Krishna Kumarji is also there to mentor and to guide this task force. And this task force came out with a suggestion, a collaborative research project between AYUSH and CSIR. It was originally visualized for AYUSH and CSIR, but now it is started as a joint effort of Ministry of AYUSH, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, Ministry of Science and Technology through CSIR with the technical guidance of ICMR. This has never happened in the history of our country, that such integrative effort, such joint effort by several Ministry of Government of India to establish certain things is very unique, and I'm sure that this is a big benchmark in the history of researches in the area of AYUSH. These four candidates we have decided is Ashwagandha, Kuduchi, AYUSH 64, and Yasti Madhu. And these four studies are already started. It's a randomized controlled trials, and there are two designs. One is prophylaxis study, but on the mode of randomized controlled trial, and another is add-on therapy of these four on COVID-19 patients with mild to moderate symptoms. One vertical of these studies is also a comparative study between hydroxychloroquine and ashwagandha is also going to start in coming week. So this is all about prophylaxis and interventions from AYUSH. There is another topic of this seminar is scope and methods of clinical management of COVID-19. I am sure that a lot of scientists, clinical research scientists of different expertise are participating into this seminar. By the time this seminar discusses this topic, on the coming week, beginning of coming week, Ministry of Ayush is putting all these clinical protocols or generic guidelines for researches into Ayush sector for COVID-19 on its website. So it will be published. It will be in a public domain. Anybody can take lead from those documents and conduct the research. There is one more thing happened that is very important, that in the third week of April, Ministry of Ayush has released a gazette notification about how to conduct trials for COVID-19 through AYUSH medicines. And it has made things simplified. This is done with the help of Central Drug Standards Organization, CDSCO, and this came out very nice. It is only talking about following scientific guidelines of IC approvals, study design, following biomedical research guidelines of ICMR, registry in CTRI, and following all the science thing without compromise of quality. So based on that, there are a lot of studies started. A lot of studies on homeopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha has already started with the help of different medical colleges and facilities across the country. So this is also a landmark thing that has never happened. To initiate such studies, an agency or a consortium do not need any approval from anybody. They have to just appraise Ministry of Ayush that this is started. So the Ministry of Ayush can keep track of documentation and later on can make some meta-analysis or can make use of these types of independent studies. The fourth topic is research perspectives, methodologies for study. That is already I have discussed. So basically there are all these initiatives. We have make sure that this is all these initiatives from Ministry of Ayush should be science based. And one more thing I want to mention and I want to share is a very good experience that we have is that from across the country we did receive lot of ideas for COVID-19. You should do this and you should do that, and diverse ideas, right from Panchagiva Chikitsa to Mantra Chikitsa to trying some specific formulation or nuskha, all, and they came from practitioners or public or faith healers. So we have decided to gather all these ideas through a crowdsourcing platform on Ministry of Ayush website, and then to everybody's surprise, in 3 weeks we have received more than 3,700 proposals and ideas and suggestions. So we have screened those suggestions, and now we are also ready with roughly more than 30 projects, formal projects to initiate in different areas of research. It could be preclinical, it could be clinical research based on these ideas. So that is also an outcome of this crowdsourcing platform. Before finishing, I would like to inform that Ayush Ministry is also working with Department of Biotechnology and Department of Atomic Energy to look at possibilities of understanding mechanics of Ayush intervention for antiviral activities of these products, what we are studying on clinical parameters or prophylaxis. So a lot of things are happening, and I did discuss more of Ministry of Ayush initiatives, but it's not only Ministry of Ayush, it's sector specific. Industries is participating, NGOs are participating, research foundations like AVP Foundation, they all are participating to materialize all these events. Ministry of Ayush is just coordinating. So please do not believe that everything is done by Ministry of Ayush. It's done by several thousand professionals, contributed by several hundred experts, and finalized by several super specialists and experts. So I thank all these contributors, and I am privileged to see such great development into the sector. And I thank you for inviting me for this video message for the inauguration of this wonderful event. My pranams and namaskaram. Thank you.